Hey everybody, let's do some viral art challenges. So this is how it's gonna go. I chose 3 art challenges from Instagram, I got my prompts, and I will be creating the characters based on those prompts and yap about stuff. Yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing this video. Additionally, since we're making characters, why not give them names for the video? Editor's note, this is the hardest portion of the creation of the characters. I don't know why, it just is. But anyways, without further ado, let's start! So these are the prompts of the first character, whom I will be naming Raichel. So he has blonde hair, blue eyes, and I guess you could say like darker skin. He wears a beanie, a sleeveless top, and baggy jeans. His color palette for the clothing is black and white. I chose Raichel for the name because it is said to be the brightest star of the constellation Orion. And if you notice, on his beanie, he has a star shape, so I thought that it clicked well. I don't know why, but just based on the line art alone, he looks like Mystery from the Sadra Boys in K-pop Demon Hunters. Like, do you guys see the resemblance? I completely forgot to add the blue eyes because I realized in hindsight, oh wait, his hair is covering his eyes, so we won't get to see his blue eyes, but let's just say that his eyes are blue. Yeah. And by that point, after I did the liner, I could no longer unsee it. I thought I was just basically drawing Mystery, but in another color palette. To be very honest, I wasn't sure about how this color palette would look, but then when I noticed the finished product, it surprisingly fits. I don't know why. You'll see when the time-lapse finishes, but I personally really like it. If I were to like do a bit of character writing on Raichel, he'd probably be very into skating, stargazing, and what else? I haven't really thought about it much, but to be honest, I don't know if I'll be able to do any character writing for the characters that I'll be showing this video, since it is technically just an art challenge, but knowing me, I probably will. But if I make my own webtoon someday, then they're probably not going to be official characters, they're just going to be in the archives. Alright, for this character, our character is a banshee with very dark skin, orange eyes, and since they are a banshee, well, it's a she actually, because banshees are in Irish folklore female spirits. She will have like droopy yellow hair and style. She is also chained up on the neck for some reason, and her outfit is Lolita fashion. Which is interesting because I have never drawn any Lolita fashion before. I didn't even know that it was a thing. But looking at the reference pictures alone, I am intimidated by those details. Like, look at the skirts, or dresses should I say. There's a lot of like folds, but let's see what happens. So like I mentioned earlier, she's a banshee, which is a female spirit in Irish folklore, and with that in mind, I decided to name her Deirdre, named after a tragic heroine whose name is often linked to beauty and sorrow. As of right now, I cannot think of a backstory for her, but since she is chained up on the neck, I just thought that some event led her to becoming chained up, and that's where then the name Deirdre makes a little more sense. Because she's actually pretty gorgeous, if I do say so myself. But looking at the chains and all, she's clearly had a tragic backstory. Now I apologize, but unfortunately I got very lazy to draw the details of the Lolita fashion dress, and I just had to simplify it until it looks like it still. In the end, still, Deirdre looks very cute. Another thing that I had to do was add a bit of white to her hair, because from majority of the pictures I saw on the internet, banshees have white hair. But Deirdre's hair is blonde, so I had to add a bit of white highlights on her hair just to make her look more like a banshee, I hope.
Let's make a Pokemon trainer. If you collect Pokemon cards, your trainer is a teenager. If you don't collect Pokemon cards, your trainer is an adult. If you prefer fire Pokemon starters, your trainer has long hair. If you prefer water Pokemon starters, your trainer has medium hair. If you prefer grass Pokemon starters, your trainer has short hair. If you like Pokemon video games, your trainer wears glasses. If you don't like Pokemon video games, your trainer wears an hat. If you never played a Pokemon video games, your trainer wears fingerless gloves. Choose a legendary symbol. If you chose the Mystic symbol, your trainer holds a Pokeball. If you chose the Instinct symbol, your trainer holds a Master Ball. If you chose the Valor symbol, your trainer holds a Quick Ball. If you ever installed Pokemon Go on your smartphone, your trainer wears a sporty outfit. If you didn't, your trainer wears an elegant outfit. The Pokemon type of your Pokemon trainer depends on the first letter of your name. Then decorate however you want.
Alright, totally not biased or anything, but I definitely did not pick this challenge because it was Pokemon related. Anyways, so information about my character, they are a teenager, which means yes, I did used to collect Pokemon cards. And I like grass starters a lot because, for instance, in Pokemon Violet, Sprigatito is my starter, so I guess that means that my character will have short hair. I love Pokemon games. I have Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Violet, so they will be wearing glasses. I chose the Valor symbol, so they will be holding a Quick Ball. And even though right now I don't play Pokemon Go, I did used to play it, so technically I think that would count, so their fit will be sporty. And lastly, for the Pokemon type, my name starts with S, and based on the chart here, my Pokemon will be a rock type. Rogue. Why did I say rogue? But anyway, that is the information about my trainer. Now, the challenge didn't include any like gender, so I decided to make my trainer a guy instead. And as for the Pokemon, I was not sure what type of Pokemon, well, not type actually, which rock type rather, which rock type Pokemon I would be choosing for my character. But in the end, I did end up choosing Roggenrola, mainly because when I imagine like this character's story, his Roggenrola would eventually evolve into a Gigalith, so that's why I ended up choosing Roggenrola. As for his name, his was for some reason the hardest to figure out, but I eventually settled on Pewter, which in Greek means rock, literally rock. And just looking at him, he just seems like a guy that would be called Pewter in my opinion. And that wraps up today's video. I actually personally enjoyed this challenge because it's a good chance for me to practice my character designing and character writing if ever I plan to make a webtoon in the future. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye!